Hello. Welcome to another installment of the KIO series. We're going to work with the body a little bit more today, the somatic experience. I actually just want to instruct you right into your body right now, if you will, and show you a very loving, gentle, skillful way to work with contractions. Contractions or even chronic pain, but those are the kinds of sensations that are more than the temporary tingles or sensations or tightness or other sensations like tightness or pleasure or anything that comes and goes very quickly. It's different than that. Contractions are more like seemingly solid, permanent energy in certain areas of the body, like the throat, the chest, the sternum, the stomach, the pelvic area, right? That's what contractions are in this work. You can also work with chronic pain because chronic pain has a similar sort of, you experience it similarly to contractions. With pain, there's like a density or a tightness or an energy or resistance there in an area, a certain, intense sensation. So if you're having chronic pain or experiencing some sort of contraction, like again, a contraction could be like a knot in the stomach or a really strong, tightly wound energy in the heart or anywhere in the body. Follow me here. Get very quiet with me first. Breathe. Notice that breath. Let that breath come all the way down in through your lungs. You can even feel your breath coming into your stomach, your diaphragm. Even breathe from your diaphragm and stomach. Watching that breath permeate all the sensations of the body. Just each breath permeating more deeply into the sensations that you experience in the body. And now we're resting as awareness. So we're as if awareness emanates from behind the body. We're feeling into, I should say, the entire body space where all the sensations are. I'm going to focus mostly on the torso, but bring attention into awareness into whatever area of the body that you're going to be working with today. So if you got something in the heart area, from awareness, feel all the way into that very gently. Something in the stomach, start from behind the stomach and feel all the way into that very gently. Throat, from the back of the throat, feel all the way into that gently. And now we're just going to rest here. And again, breathe. Breathe into and through, very gently through the sensation or the contraction or the pain that you want to work with today. Start that breathing now, if you can. Just breathing in and imagining or noticing how breath moves through the body. You can sense it kind of moving through the sensation, if you would, that you're feeling or working with today. Keep breathing in and through that. Let that breath make your mind quieter, right? Because you have to watch breath coming in and out. Your mind can't really go into all these different places. It has to stay with that breath. Now, bring your awareness to the area, again, that you want to work with today, whether it's a contraction, a localized pain in some area, or some other dense energy that's uncomfortable. We're just going to work with it, just to be gentle and loving towards it, that's all, and to offer it no resistance, so that we can learn to rest with it better. And hey, if it changes or dissolves, that's great too, but that's not really the goal. The goal here is, there's no goal. The point here is to rest with and allow. This is all about acceptance. So as you're feeling into this sensation, I want you to notice that it's surrounded by space. When you're really quiet, again, that breath was there to quiet your mind. When you're really quiet, just notice that the interior of what we call body is like space. Just like outer spaces, but it's right here. And there's also sensation in there. That's energy, we'll say, right? So as you breathe into that spaciousness, feel where that energy is knotted up in some area there that we're going to work with. Where's your contraction? Locate that with your awareness. Where is that pain? Locate that. But as you locate it from awareness, feeling into it, I don't want you to do anything with it yet. I just want you to notice where it's at and bring attention or awareness into that. Now, once you're in there, we're going to use some tools that you're familiar with already, and other ones may be new to you. But let's start with just the now method, which means notice, and that means locate with your awareness where the sensation is. That's the N for now in the now method. O means open to the space around that sensation and within it. We've talked about that already. Just breathing into and noticing the space within the sensation and around the sensation, all as one space. And even noticing that space is infinite, like there's space everywhere, universal. But more localized is the sensation that you notice in the midst of that space. And as you feel into that sensation, start to notice the space within the sensation. Notice it all the way through the sensation, there's space, along with the energy of the sensation or pain or whatever you're working with. Now, so notice is N, open to the space is O, W stands for welcome. This is the part that is so transformative, just this W, welcome and watch. Welcome means to allow. To have your attention within that sensation, pain, contraction, but to allow, which means to feel it in the most gentle way, the most loving way, allowing your attention to just really be tender and soft as it feels into the sensation that we're working with while still noticing the space around and within that sensation. That's the now method. It's just being very present and awake and restful with the sensation. That's essentially what the now method is. Let's stay here with that for a moment. Now, my mind is very quiet. Very, right now. If your mind is chattery, that's fine. Don't make a big deal out of it. Just kind of just notice the thoughts when they come up, like birds coming through. Just watch the birds for just a moment. And as they fall away into awareness, come back with me to your somatic experience. Or you can do a little tapping. If the thought stream kind of bounces you out, we call it a bounce out. You're resting with this sensation and mind goes, nope, gotta think about the laundry, whatever, or something else comes up. Just do a little bit of tapping. Just to unhook you from those thoughts long enough to come back again down to the sensation. So now, those are your helpful hints. When your mind starts doing something, I want you to stay mostly with this energy, though, feeling into it this way, as with the now method. And as you're feeling into it, I want you to notice what we mean by, first of all, the dance. What is the dance? The dance is feeling into something, a sensation, and as you're feeling into it, which we'll call attention, that you're bringing into it, as the energy moves in even subtle ways, your attention just goes right with it and allows it, right? Just allows it. If the sensation stays stuck, your attention just stays right in there and just allows that to be stuck there. It's very gentle, very loving, very tenderly, the way that you're feeling into this. No violence. Now we can take it a step further as we're dancing with this sensation now, wherever it goes, whatever it does, whatever movement it makes, your attention just dances with it, moves with it, allows it to have it, right? Now I want you to do something else here. I want you to see if you can make that sensation stay just by feeling it. Not by doing anything else, no resistance, no thoughts. Just feeling into it. Can you make the sensation stay in the exact position that it's in right now? Or the exact form? And the trick is that you can't, you see. Because really what I'm doing is I'm helping you reduce resistance even more. Because when you feel into a sensation and you try to make it stay, what you notice is it doesn't stay. It starts to move or change. And as it does, and it moves and changes into a new shape or form, can you feel into it and make that stay just by feeling into it? That's what I mean by making it stay. Can I make this stay here just by feeling into it and nothing else? And for me, when I do that, the sensation just cannot survive in that much awareness and acceptance. And so it starts to move and change. So I feel deeper into the denser aspects of it, right? Go ahead and do this with me. If there's any pocket of it or area of it that feels very black or dense, just kind of gently move your attention into that. Right? Like a fog rolling through a city slowly, your awareness just moves and feels right into that sensation, the denser aspects of it, very gently, very lovingly. Just going to rest here with the now method, meaning just notice, open to that space within and around the sensation, and welcome. And then from there, as you're feeling into that sensation, dance with it a little bit more. Meaning, all that means is, whatever the sensation is doing, let your awareness just move right with it, as if it offers no resistance to any movement or any change, or even if it wants to stay stuck, no resistance, just feeling into it and letting your attention dance right along with that sensation, whatever it's doing, right? And that's good. And so that alone can be helpful, just the dance, right? We've talked about that before. But I want to take it another step further. And I want to see that while you're feeling into it, just feeling into it, can you make it stay exactly as it is right now, just by feeling into it? And of course you can't, because that's the whole key. That pointer of making it stay, it's just a pointer. It's showing you that when you bring attention into something so lovingly, so gently, and so welcomingly, that the intention is almost to keep it there. There's that much love there. Those sensations often cannot survive in that kind of deep acceptance and love and awareness. Just see if you can make it stay just by feeling it. Sit here with me. You can turn off the camera if you need for a moment. If it moves and changes, let your attention dance with it by moving and changing with it or going with it, remaining aware of it, feeling inside of it as it moves. And then can you make it stay in its new place where it's moved to, if it does? Or whatever it's doing, can you feel into it and very, very gently allow it and see if you can just make it stay exactly as it is, where it is, just by feeling into it. Now you know how to do this very deep, gentle, loving, somatic work. We've talked about it earlier in the videos, and now I've given you an even deeper taste of it. Come back to this video as often as you want, but the key is for you to see how I'm working with this somatic experience and to replicate this on your own. Spend time each morning or each night working with body contractions or tight sensations or energies or chronic pain in this way. This very restful, loving way, using the tools that I showed you. Sometimes, you'll have to do some mining, right? Because what I said earlier was, in the videos of the KIO series, I said that sometimes when an emotion or sensation feels very stuck, you have to ask a question to it, like, what does this mean about me? And then those words and pictures pop up, right? You look at those and use the tools, and as those fall away, you come back down, and each time you come back down, you might notice the sensation gets lighter or changes. So mining can happen for sure, and you want to incorporate mining, right? What I just did with you was just a very long, quiet, loving exploration of just the somatic experience without doing a lot of mining. That's fine if you can do that. Just remember, though, that if you have a sensation that's very stuck or contracted, sometimes you do have to mine. Do a few rounds of mining and then come back to this dance that we were doing in this video, that method. Come back to feeling into something exactly where it is and just almost like making it try to stay there just by feeling it. And that just offers no resistance, because remember, it's usually we're trying to get rid of things on some subtle level or not so subtle level, and that's what makes them persist. What we resist persists. That's an old cliche in the spiritual history, in our spiritual histories. It's so accurate, though. It's still relevant today just as much. When you resist something, you tend to make it persist. This kind of somatic work that I'm showing you is the opposite of resistance. I hope you're noticing that. And so even with the make it stay thing, it's like, well, what am I just trying to sit there and make it stay, make it stay? No, no, no. This is gentle. Very, very gentle and loving, bringing attention right into a sensation and then doing nothing else but feeling it. Nothing else but feeling it and allowing it. And then seeing if you can actually make it stay just by feeling and allowing it. And what you find out is that you can't, right? Most of the time you can't, because when you're trying to make it stay by feeling it, you're offering no resistance to it. And that's what allows the movement and the change to happen, right? Keep working with it. Love you all.